And this is what they've done for 47 years. The difference is nobody negotiated like I do. As we count down to the Freedom 250 Grand Prix, this will be like no other race ever.
Jay, we're going.
We're going.
3 million acres.
Mr. President, you noted the United States is bombing Iran again. I mean, you've been bombing Iran for months now. Is this just the new normal for the American people?
Well, we're in Vietnam for 19 years. We're here for 4 months. They have a little capability, but they don't have any capability for us. We had a deal with them 2 days ago, and then they said, oh, we can't make that deal. We have to negotiate it further. They're stone cold crazy.
But you said the U.S. will get reimbursed.
And we're not going to put it up. Yeah, I want to be
reimburse the U.S.?
We are going to be reimbursed for protection.
By who?
We're protecting by the countries that we're helping.
Thank you, Mr. President. The United States has been using force against Iran. It hasn't gotten the results the president wanted in terms of a nuclear deal. Why do you think doing it now will be different?
I feel like we've given them every chance possible.
Is this a forever war?
Not yet, and it's not going to be. I will guarantee you, that this will not be a forever war. I think that at some point in time, the bombing has to stop.
I was called by different people, different countries. The Gulf states are going to invest a tremendous amount of money into the United States, and that was very satisfactory to me.
Hi, Mr. Homan. I know it's hot, but will you take a few questions from us, please?
For you.
Why were the ICE agents not wearing body cameras in Houston or in Maine during these two incidents?
When the Democrats shut down the Department of Homeland Security, I was up on the Hill as part of the negotiating team to reopen the government, and they wanted body cameras. Since the big, beautiful bill passed, now the reconciliation bill, the body cameras have been ordered.
What is the state of distribution right now?
That's a question for ICE. I talked to the ICE director last night. There's a schedule for distribution.
But don't you see that to be extremely urgent, given right now
It is
we
urgent.
do not have
They're
video
moving as
of
quick
these
as they possible. As soon as they had
situations
funding, they bombed
beyond
them.
witnesses?
As soon as they had funding, they bombed them. If the Democrats
But it's been
would
2
shut
months
down the
since
government,
April.
it would have been a lot quicker.
Thank you, Mr. Homan. This was a huge issue that came up after what happened in Minneapolis. Was a key question about what it is from the perspective of these ICE agents and the need to have these body cameras. After 2 fatal shootings by ICE in the span of 2 weeks, there are key questions still unanswered tonight. Do you know if there is anything else that maybe hasn't become public?
I believe there is footage that's been circulating in the media around several buildings that have cams. That would not be an issue if there were body cams.
In this moment, what is this like for your city?
It's somber. We don't know all the circumstances, but for what seems unnecessary, and we want answers.
Might look at this bombing and say, is this going to work this time?
From Vietnam to Afghanistan, we've seen presidents just continue to double down on disastrous decisions. This is a moment in America where we need to say enough is enough. This president is failing in this endeavor. Every day he persists in this disastrous policy. People all across our country and in that theater are hurting.
Thank you, Caroline. Regarding the president's speech tonight, he's been in office over 540 days now. If what he says tonight is backed up by evidence, why hasn't anyone been charged?
He hasn't revealed it yet. He hasn't declassified the documents yet, and you will see what he says tonight, and then we'll move forward
So will
appropriately
charges
from
follow
there.
tonight from the Justice Department?
I don't speak on behalf of the Justice Department, Caitlin. You know that.
But if it's
Rachel,
backed up by evidence,
Caroline,
will there be charges?
you'll have to ask the Justice Department. I don't charge people. I just speak on behalf of the president.
The president is going to be talking about election integrity tonight. There's not a lot of evidence to back up what the president has been arguing for 6 years. How are we doing? We are expecting the president to declassify documents that he plans to talk about in his address tonight related to allegations of foreign meddling. We'll be monitoring what the president says tonight, as we always do, but aren't taking it live, given the president has a well-documented history of saying blatantly false things about elections.
Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness.
As someone who worked at the highest levels of the intelligence community, what's your response?
I think this was a dangerous speech about an incredibly important topic. In a way, Caitlin, it does the work of our adversaries for us. See, they don't have to interfere. They just have to convince us to not trust our democracy.
We're going to be hitting them very hard because it's our turn to hit them. Very friendly negotiations going on. When the fuel comes down, which it did for a little while, then they didn't behave and I had to go back, and now they're behaving again. You know, it's like playing a banjo.
You are very straightforward with him. You don't get angry.
It's really not about me. When he is insulting me or when he is criticizing me, it's important to put the reminder back on the work, on the question, and on the non-answers that we get.
Virtually everyone, Republican or Democrat, liked Lindsey. Well, not everybody. He was extremely hawkish. He never saw a war that he didn't like.
Graham's funeral service is the reason both wartime leaders are in town right now.
One thing that stands out here, though, they did not bring reporters into the Oval Office for these meetings that are typically status symbols. The White House has not put out an official readout or their version of events of that meeting either. Your letter says that Senator McConnell needs to prove his capacity directly and verbally, or you believe he needs to resign.
We don't have any timetable for when he might get back. We're asking the bare minimum. And if he won't do it, it is up to John Thune and the majority in the Senate to make him do it.
Please let us know if you hear from Senator McConnell's office.
You'll be my first call.
Thank you, Governor.
Last night, all 5 rockets were knocked down to the ground. It's our turn. Todd Blanche is outstanding. I heard he's going through quite nicely.
What's the White House doing behind the scenes to try to salvage Blanche's nomination?
Todd Blanche has a lot of Republican support on Capitol Hill. He doesn't have it from the 2 Republican senators that the White House has the least influence and leverage over. Senator Cornyn had canceled that meeting that he was expected to have with the acting Attorney General Todd Blanche earlier today. Thank you.
I think it'd be good if I interviewed you.
You can totally interview me. The Republican-run Senate Judiciary Committee has now just postponed a vote on Todd Blanche's nomination. John Cornyn's vote comes with a condition. He wants Todd Blanche to kill that $1.8 billion Trump anti-weaponization fund. Do you think Todd Blanche becomes the Attorney General?
Between you and me, I don't know that it matters all that much.
Why do you think it doesn't matter that much?
He's the acting Attorney General. He does what he does. He's acting as Attorney General. He would like to be officially the Attorney General, but in the great scheme of things, he continues to do what he does.
There's a huge primary happening next Tuesday in the state of Michigan. You're supporting Abdul El-Sayed in that race, progressive challenger to Haley Stevens. If he wins on Tuesday, what's the singular takeaway in your view?
If Abdul wins, the word goes out all over the country. We can take on the oligarchs. We can take on the super PACs. That is what makes the Democratic leadership very nervous.
Rigs like that, you gotta know something to drive well.
Caitlin, What are your sources telling you as to whether Trump will withdraw Blanche's nomination?
Well, Pam, it's pretty remarkable because just 24 hours ago, the president was telling reporters in the Oval Office that he did not think there were any issues with Todd Blanche's nomination, that he was going to sail through. And now, of course, the president is threatening to withdraw his nomination entirely. Thanks, Joe. Do you think Todd Blanche is going to be the next Attorney General?
Well, Caitlin, only time will tell. The president clearly has prioritized protecting his $1.8 billion slush fund and protect his sweetheart tax deal. And he's prepared to allow Blanche nomination to sort of hang in limbo because the president doesn't want to give up those things.